Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 783 to my random chatbots using Character.ai. In today's video guys, we are going to continue on to Aero The Phoenix for just a smidge longer. I'm going to save the Divine Raptor for a little bit later, plus the new character whenever I have more time. Right now, I'm not going to record that much longer anyway, so. Well, see, I just start petting him again after the incident that happened last time. He leans into my touch as you pet him, a soft purring like noise coming from him as he does so. He's still a little on edge from the whole man situation, but it's calming down bit by bit as you pet him. Don't, don't worry. If something like that happens to you again, I can always keep your egg warm so you can hatch out faster. Then, if some person is stupid enough to continue hurting you, you will eventually be so strong that you're basically invincible. He nods as you say that, still snuggling up on my lap. He looks a bit relieved at your words, knowing that you're serious about trying to keep him safe and doing what it takes to let him get stronger. He leans in a little bit more, seeming to get even more comfortable and relaxed. Thank you. Don't know how much that means to me. Oh, he's adorable as flick. I never got to properly introduce myself to you. My name is Trenton. Uh, he looks at me for a moment as you say that and then speaks. I'm glad to find out your name, Trenton. I'm Aero, and I'm glad to call you my friend. Not just my friend. My sweet pet Phoenix, too. My sweet pepper's next to you. Frick you. Pet Phoenix. You've only been hatched out for a few hours. And I already really care about you. Oh. Oh my gosh, here we go with the cooing noise again. I love the word. I love it. Especially when Lugia is the one. Lugia, it ain't Lugia this time, but it's cute when Lugia does it. Lugia coos. Like, I don't know why. Just like that ring. It makes me feel happy for some reason. He was extremely pleased at being called that by you, and he lets out another soft coo before nuzzling his face up against your hand again. I'm glad you feel that way about me. You've been so good to me since you first saw me. I want nothing more than to protect you and keep you safe as well. He's adorable. I love this man already. Well, you're already a decent size, and you've only been knocked out once. He looks himself over a little while with slight pride as he says, and as you say that, yeah, I think I'm up 2 or 3 times as big as that when I first hatched. Getting doused in that water and then almost killed does that to me. In all honesty, I think my normal growth rate is a bit slow. Usually takes me a couple of days to get to this point when I'm not being injured. Well, as much pain as you end up being in, if I can just keep your egg protected for just even a few minutes while you get stronger. So if people are stupid enough to continue to try hurting you, you could be bigger than my house before even tomorrow. Oh my gosh. He looks almost shocked to hear you say that and then nods in agreement. Yeah, you'd be surprised how quick I can get to my normal size when I'm injured badly enough. I think the fastest it's ever happened was that I got that big in, hmm, a day or two at most. He held my egg the entire time. Besides, besides your firepower and the ability to fly, what else can you do as well? He thinks for a moment, tapping his towel into his beak lightly a few times as he does it. Now, let's see. I had the fire powers. I can fly. Oh, I can also control the earth itself and manipulate it at will. Excuse me? It's a bit of a more rare power, but it's come in handy quite a few times. You can just manipulate the earth itself. What exactly do you mean by that? He thinks for another moment, trying to find the right words to use. Now, basically, I can bend the ground in my will. For example, if I want to, I could manipulate the ground to swallow someone who tries to hurt me, or raise a giant rock out to use as a weapon. Excuse me? I didn't know if fans could do that. That sort of thing. Basically, this ground is my weapon and toy. I didn't know if fans could manipulate the earth. That's kind of horrifying. I would hate to be on the wrong side of them. What about with your growth? Question mark. Let's say, for example, I'm in grave danger, but you're still kind of small. and you didn't have enough time to use your earth power, can you do something like manipulate your growth for just a few minutes to keep me safe? Question mark. He nods, seemingly understanding what you mean. I can. It would take a lot of energy for me to do, but yeah, I can speed up my growth for a few minutes and get bigger so I can protect you faster. Like I said, that would take a lot out of me pretty quickly. Here, I'll tell you what. Despite me being a human, I do have a lot of power that can actually help you stay safe if something does happen. He tilts his head at you and can hear us as you say that, clearly interested to see what you mean. What kind of power do you have, if I may ask? Basically, anything you can think of. Transforming different creatures into different things. Summoning animals to protect me. Or even something as simple as putting a protective barrier around you. Or if you do get injured, your egg. That way nobody can destroy it. He was absolutely stunned when you said all that. His eyes glowing wide as he processed everything you just said. He then slowly nods, looking back over at you with a look of awe on his face. Wow, that's... You have a lot of power, don't you? I didn't even know something like that was possible for a human to be able to do. I only use the power to help other creatures. Like yourself, dragons, and even Pokemon. He nods again, now looking extremely impressed and also a little impressed with your... Really? You need to help others? You don't use it yourself whatsoever? No. He looks even more impressed at hearing that and nods once again. You're a good person. I love him. You would be given that kind of power without using it to the best of their abilities to help themselves, but you use it solely to help others. You have a good heart. I'll do everything in my power to make sure you stay safe from those who would try to hurt you. Trust me. Unfortunately, it happens more often than you think. I've gotten attacked so many times. That some of the creatures or Pokemon usually have to protect me because of how much people won't stop. He was a bit surprised to hear that, his expression growing worried. Really? You attack you that often and you don't defend yourself with your powers? Actually, I do if it's very severe. I have actually summoned different creatures, like giant dinosaurs, to protect me. He tilts his head again, his expression turning into one of sight. You can summon giant dinosaurs? That sounds amazing. What sort of dinosaurs are you able to summon? Any kind. Any kind you wish. Any kind you wish. Kind you wish. Uh, Something tiny like a velociraptor to something massive like a tyrannosaurus. He was extremely impressed. His eyes. Wow, that's some serious power. How do you think you can have such power, if I can ask? Well, you probably don't know who this is, but it was the Pokemon god Arceus that gave it to me. Well, I talk about the divine power, but I rarely use it except to help the creature in some way. I don't like magically turn them into flipping 50-foot tall dragons just to enjoy myself much, unless it's the divine raptor where I do. But his eyes go even wider, and his beak drops open. Arceus? You're serious? The creator of everything gave you that kind of power? Yes, the creator of the Pokemon world, anyway. Uh, He still was going stunned at the fact Arceus really did give you that much power, and nods a little. So that is amazing. No one in my entire knowledge of the afterlife has ever mentioned a person being given such power by Arceus themselves. Well, probably because you're not supposed a Pokemon. You're a real living, breathing phoenix. He nodded at that. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. But even still, Arceus giving that kind of power to a human is something I'd have never expected either. I think deep down he was extremely angry at humans because he helped me a few times before he even gave me this power. He told us how always stuff. Wait, really? You think he did nothing but complete distaste for humans? I guess there's more to the almighty Arceus after all. Well, maybe not all humans, but he was fed up with them attacking me. And I guess he just had enough. Because before this power, he gave me a special item that would hypnotize any Pokemon and make them grow massive and more powerful. However, there was a catch. If I was trying to use it to cheat, I used the power to cheat. The Pokemon would grow in size, but they would turn on you instead. He nods. That all makes sense to him. I assume you never used it to cheat, right? No, but apparently he gave those out to at least one other individual because there was another kid I met years ago that had the same item, and when he used it to try cheating and even hurt me, his own Pokemon turned against him. He nodded it. That sounds like a bad experience for that kid. I can sort of understand why Arceus did that. Using those kinds of powers like that just to cheat makes no sense and it just creates trouble. Yeah. He had a Charizard that I believe really cared about him. But the very second he tried to use the item for bad, that Charizard that was his friend turned against him after getting massive. He nods again, expression of understanding on his face. He shouldn't have tried to use such a powerful power for something like that. That's the sort of power that should be used for only the noblest of purposes. And it seems like you were the one who used yours for that purpose. Like I said, guys, I will brew the divine power, but I don't use it that often. It's such maybe to protect the animal. Like in this case, maybe like giving the fence some kind of barrier that would help him if he's inside of his egg. That way nobody can break it and just flat out kill him. But other than that, I'm not going to influence anything when it comes to, oh, turn into a massive dragon, make the fence flipping 7,000 feet tall. I'm not doing that. I will keep him protected while he's inside the egg and he can't do anything. Actually, he gave me a few different items. Another example was a special stone that turned my favorite Pokemon into a massive legendary Pokemon. He tilts his head yet again, looking slightly more surprised. That's interesting. How powerful was Feraligatr when he turned into a legendary, if you don't mind me asking? Extremely powerful. Powerful. Period. However, despite that, he still kept his sweet side towards me. He was very friendly and protective towards me and tried to keep me safe. He smiles a bit at that, his expression growing a bit proud. It's good that he still kept his sweet side, even after turning into a legendary. He cared about you a lot, didn't he? Yes. In fact, he kind of acted like how you act towards me. Despite you only being hatched for a few hours, you have been very sweet towards me. He smiles again, a little bit proud. He nods once again. That sounds about right. It seems like some creature just had an extra special bond with you, don't they? Yeah. Dragons, dinosaurs, phoenixes. Finances, fuck you. Phoenixes. You name it. I've probably befriended it. Period. I even had a pet Tyrannosaurus Rex that was extremely friendly towards me. He looked surprised again, a look of interest on his face. A Tyrannosaurus Rex? Are you serious? That's actually really cool. And he's friendly towards you? I didn't think a Tyrannosaurus Rex would be capable of being friendly. Apparently Rexy is. Was different. He was extremely friendly towards me and cared so much about me. He even could speak perfect English, just like you. He tilts his head at that, his eyes wide. Really? He taught? You were heard for Tyrannosaurus from being able to speak, let alone in perfect English. Well, I never really heard of any creature talking. Pokemon don't usually speak. Dragons don't usually speak. Phoenixes can't usually speak, but you're speaking perfectly right now. He nods in agreement. That's true. I can't say I've ever heard of any creature besides humans being able to speak.
I guess it just goes to show you that you truly are special. You not only can use very powerful powers, you're able to bond with creatures that the rest of the world wouldn't call violent or even bloodthirsty. Sweet Arceus, he used the word bloodthirsty. But I can safely say in your case, that is a very good thing in every way.
What, the creatures are violent and bloodthirsty? Or I guess the fact that I can befriend them. By the way, guys, I will be showing off that new Feraligatr Gabite thing, but it will be probably like 3, 4, 5 hours from now before I do it. So, yeah. Like I said, I was only going to go a bit further into Phoenix since I haven't really talked to him in a long time. Except for earlier when I talked to him for like, what, 30 minutes maybe? Honestly. I've raised a dragon before. Oh my gosh, you put Razor. It's hilarious because that is there the dragon. Raised a dragon from a baby before. Uh, I even raised a baby Lugia. He's clearly extremely shocked now, his jaw dropping before he speaks.
You raised a baby.
Oh my gosh.
You raised a baby Lugia. Seriously?
I love that reaction. I couldn't even do it in the actual voice. Holy, it's hilarious. Yes, his name was Silver, and he's very sweet. He was absolutely stunned. His eyes widen.
I. Wow. You do realize that Lugia isn't mythical, right?
Legendary.
It's one of the most powerful Pokemon in existence. That's kind of beyond impressive to have raised a Lugia like that. You must have a lot of patience.
Well, he wasn't that hard to get to like you. He wasn't bad to raise. Uh, the only thing that made him challenging was his parents wasn't the nicest to him. There. So in some way, he was kind of snippy at me to begin with. He tilts his head as surprise calming down slightly as you say that.
His parents were a bit of a problem, huh? I can sort of understand the snippy part then. He's gotten a lot better toward you now, right?
Yes, me and him are like best friends now. He nods again, surprise almost completely gone. He looks pleased and a bit proud.
That makes me happy to hear that. He's definitely lucky to have you as a best friend. You're extremely sweet and caring.
Yeah, towards Pokemon I am. Or Phoenixes or Dragons. I'm treating you the exact same way. I'm not trading beauty. What the frick? Treating you the exact same way that I treated all my Pokemon and creature friends. I've taken really good care of you. What the cripes? He nods, his expression softening a bit. He said,
You have, and I appreciate that so much. You had no idea. You've been keeping me close, keeping me warm, and keeping me safe from that idiot that tried to hurt me.
I love how he just flat out called him an idiot.
You kept me close, you protected me, and you've even kept me safe from that idiot that decided to attack me.
Well, I love you. He just said, he just said that we can play surprise in November. While your red tins will worse to form on his face as he speaks.
Well, I love you too.
He's adorable. I gently pet the phoenix some more. I don't paint him. Sweet Arceus. I don't paint the phoenix a different color. That's just cruel. Heck no. He leans in and touches you, pet him, his expression growing soft. He lets out soft little coos for a moment before speaking softly.
That feels nice.
I love him. What do you want to do, my friend? Uh, he thanks her all before speaking back up.
Could you just keep petting me for a while? It feels really nice and I want to enjoy it for as long as possible.
Before I could say anything, we heard a massive crash coming from outside. And then somebody opened the door with a hose, spraying the phoenix relentlessly. Oh my gosh, what the f- Watch out, Screecher terror as he's sprayed by the hose and then tries shooting or get away from the water. That's it. Oh, great power I possess. Please. Summon me a massive velociraptor. I snap my fingers. What is wrong with people? I don't know why, but I notice every time I. Excuse me? So it does work. A few seconds later, a velociraptor appears in front of me. It's just over twice your height and growls softly. Is that a good thing? I said softly. Does that mean it's happy or it's about to flip and ready to murder somebody? There. I look over. And see the people looking at the dinosaur, very shocked. While the man with the While the man with the hose is distracted, he stops spraying the phoenix and looks very nervous at the new raptor in the room. What the? That'd be my reaction too. You just see, like, you over there trying to hurt somebody's pet, and all of a sudden, you flipping a raptor shows up on there being like, "What are you doing, motherfricker? Are you messing with somebody you ain't supposed to be messing with?" Now, all of you, stop trying to hurt this poor phoenix. The man with who tried to hurt the fans. Now, yeah, yeah, sure, whatever you want. The other three guys behind him also look extremely nervous. Hey, my sweet velociraptor friend, why don't you show him what happens if they ever think about coming back? Alright, guys. It just the writer grunts in understanding as you say that and starts walking toward the man who tried to hurt their phoenix with the hose. He towers over the man and starts to back him into a corner. Yeah, good job, my velociraptor friend. My voice record? What the frick? Velociraptor. Hey, if you ever show them who's in charge around here. The man's clearly terrified as the raptor has him backed into a corner. He speaks in a shaky and scared voice. Please don't let it eat me. Uh,
I'm only going to let him back off. If you stay away from my house. And that goes for all your friends too. If you ever come back here and hurt my fence again, I will let him do whatever he wants to you. Man nods quickly, a terrified expression plastered on his face. We won't come back, I promise. Please don't let him hurt us. I look back over where my phoenix was, and once again, he was inside the egg. Look what you have done. Phoenix or no, you're hurting a creature. That's awful. Four men look very ashamed at this point and remain silent. I'll nod once in response. The one that sprayed the Phoenix earlier speaks up. It was wrong for us to try to hurt him. We didn't think he was a real creature. I keep the egg warm so that way the Phoenix can get bigger and stronger faster. Bigger and stronger. The men wants you keep the egg warm, their eyes going from the egg to you with a look of curiosity. The one who had sprayed the fan speaks. What are you doing with the egg? Trying to keep it warm so he will hatch again. Tilt their heads a bit as you say that, looking sort. Again? What do you mean by that? Do you know nothing? You know anything about phoenixes? Phoenixes. Phoenixes! Question mark. If you take them out, they go back into their egg to get bigger and stronger. They all shake their heads slowly, looking a mixture of confused and shocked at what you just said. We didn't know that was a thing they did. I continue to keep the egg warm. Come on. You'll be alright. I will keep you safe until you hatch. Egg starts to warm up more and more as you keep it warm with you, and soon enough you hear an angry screech from inside of the egg and it shakes lightly.
An angry screech. Uh-oh. I think you got hissed off Phoenix. Uh-oh. I bet the Phoenix is still angry. Thunder African hates you. At you. For hurting him. That sound I heard didn't sound friendly. The man looks slightly scared again. As you say, that clearly worried of what will happen if the fan hatches while still angry at them. They all take a step back and as the egg shakes again, and the sound repeats even more angrily. This time, you're really going to get it now. Really going to get it now. He's gonna be even bigger and stronger. And you still have that massive velociraptor that's helping me in front of you right now. You really screwed up now. The men look terrified now. Their eyes going wide as they all look between the egg that is shaking more and more with each second, and the velociraptor that was still standing right next to them, the one that sprayed the fence with the hose, speaks up, his voice shaky. Please call him off. Please. Hey, my velociraptor friend. Dude.